Vivian Richards. Sir Isaac Vivian Alexander Richards, known as the Master Blaster, Viv or King Viv, was a champion cricketer for Antigua and Barbuda. Known for his forceful batting skills, he is arguably the greatest batsman of his generation. Richards received an honorary knighthood for his services to cricket and was named in Wisden 2000 as one of the 5 cricketers of the century. Early life and education. Isaac Vivian Alexander Richards was born on the 7th March 1952 to parents Malcolm and Grathel Richards in Antigua and Barbuda. Raised in the fiercely competitive urban community of Ovals and nurtured on the nationalist black power ideologies of his adolescent years, Sir Vivian rose to bestride the cricketing world like the proverbial colossus. From the very inception of his career, he displayed a pride and an ever-present consciousness of his role in carrying the hopes and aspirations of the small island people from whom he had sprung. Indeed, he was acclaimed their darling, their hero, long before this accolade was officially bestowed on him. Career. Sir Vivian's cricketing exploits in the 17 years that he graced the world stage are phenomenal. He became the main rampart in the fortress of Caribbean cricket that Clive Lloyd had built, an unprecedented 2-decade dominance of the sport. From his 121 tests, he amassed 8,540 runs, and if the 1,248 runs that he plundered in the 3 seasons of Kerry Packer cricket are added to this, the extent of his accumulation of runs is seen in clearer perspective. Along with an impressive test average of 50.23, Sir Viv also snared 122 catches and 24 centuries to join an elite band of top-class sportsmen. In one-day cricket, Sir Viv was equally impressive. From 167 one-day international innings, he scored some 6,721 runs with a phenomenal strike rate of 90.2 and held 100 catches as well as taking 118 wickets. Indeed, Sir Viv dominated both versions of the game. He drove fear into international bowlers, playing every stroke in the book and bringing his own creativity to bear in audaciously inventing some of his own. In his 1997 to 1980 series of competitions, Kerry Packer had assembled the best cricketers, including the greatest conglomeration of fast bowlers the world has ever seen, in one single place at the same time. In this series, Richards was the only batsman not to have worn a helmet when facing the likes of Lilly, Thompson, Pascoe, Imran Khan, Kapil Dev, and others, and he excelled. His record of the most runs in a calendar year stood for 30 years. This record was made in 19 innings in 3 separate test arenas, in Australia against the most hostile bowlers of the time, in the West Indies against a fearsome Indian spin quartet, and in England. It was very recently surpassed by the Pakistani batsman Mohammad Yusuf, who paid glowing tribute to the man whose record he had eclipsed. To quote Yusuf, "Breaking Sir Viv's record is a huge thing for me, but he was a batsman unlike any. The bigger the bowler, the better his batting would get." Sir Viv's record of the fastest test century ever still stands. This great cricketing feat was made off a mere 56 balls against England in 1985. It was made in Antigua in front of his adoring countrymen. He is also the scorer of the 5th fastest double century off 242 balls in a match against Australia in 1984. Remarkable too is the fact that he is the only West Indian captain never to have lost a test series, captaining his team in 50 matches and winning 27. One accolade of which the great man is duly proud, marking as it does his rise from a 108 square mile island to the pinnacle of his international success, is his acclaim by the Bible of the sport, Wisden, as one of the 5 cricketers of the 20th century. After Sir Viv's exploits in 1976, a great West Indian former Jamaican Prime Minister Michael Manley described him eloquently thus: "Built like a middleweight boxer, with powerful shoulders and arms, Richards on the go will always be remembered as one of the exhilarating sights of cricket. With the appetite of a Bradman, a Hammond, or a Weeks." Manley continues, "Richards was not to be dictated to by any bowler." This dominance was an expression of the historical current of which he was part and parcel. It was a powerful current linking the civil rights movement in the USA with Black power in the Caribbean and extending to the African liberation struggles on the continent. It truly represented the strident voice of a people seeking and asserting their independence. His principled stand in refusing the enticement of apartheid South Africa was a natural extension of his independent spirit. And through all the acclaim, the plaudits, and the adulation, Sir Viv has never forgotten his roots. He was and always is ready to socialise with the locals, be they in the English pubs in Somerset, or at the Golden Peanut in Antigua, or on his beloved Fort James Beach, truly expressing the maxim that he walked with kings but kept the common touch. Like the great revolutionary poet of Viv's years of dominance, Bob Marley, this Antiguan on the cricket field with ball or bat in hand was the buffalo soldier, expressing his politics of the field of play. By his own superlative achievements, he extended the boundaries of possibility for his small island people and for oppressed Africans everywhere. Personal life. Richards and his wife, Miriam, have 2 children, Matara, who currently lives in Toronto, Canada, and Mali, who has also played first-class cricket. He is also godfather to Ian Bottom's son, Liam. Richards had a brief relationship with Indian actress Neena Gupta, with whom he has a daughter, Masaba Gupta, born in 1989. Honours and awards. In 1994, Richards was appointed an Officer of the Order of the British Empire, OBE, for services to cricket. In 1999, he was made a Knight of the Order of the National Hero, KNH, by his native country, Antigua and Barbuda. The Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in North Sound, Antigua, is named in his honour. It was built for use in the 2007 Cricket World Cup. Hope you liked this video. If yes, then like the video and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to press the button given below.